Do you consider yourself to be a spiritual misfit? Have you gone through an awakening and found yourself within the spiritual community, absorbing spiritual knowledge, and something within your guts just like, I don't know if I belong here, I kind of feel like a spiritual misfit? Well, if that sounds like you and you make it to the end of this video, I'm going to share with you why that might be a good thing. In 2013, I lost my mom to cancer, and in 2014, I tried to leave this place only to have Archangel Michael appear. And after a 9-month-long drinking bender, I found myself on a quest for knowledge. You know, I was trying to read books while listening to spiritual videos on social media. I just couldn't get enough. You know, I was at work with a headphone in, 8.5 hours of downloaded spiritual content, just on this quest for knowledge. And in 2015, I found myself head first in the spiritual community. And, you know, in the last 10 years, I can't even keep track of how many different healers and shamans and Akashic record readers that I've worked with over the years. You know, it's dozens and dozens. But I've found a commonality between many of them. And when it comes to feeling like a spiritual misfit, see, the thing that I found is that after absorbing all this knowledge from the spiritual community, and then I started having, you know, visitations from angels and out-of-body experiences, and I was shown things firsthand. What I've come to learn is that a lot of spiritual teachings are not 100% truths. And if you feel like a misfit, if you feel like things don't necessarily resonate, it's because deep down within you, you understand that what is being presented is not 100% truth. You know, the spiritual community wants to put truths in a box. And once you put a truth in a box, you eliminate all other truths and all other possibilities. For instance, you create your reality. There's truth to that. And I've taught that on my videos too. You do create your reality with your thoughts, your belief, your energy, your actions, right? But that's not 100% truth. There's many variables. There's God's plan. God has a plan. Sometimes God uses his light workers and people in general for certain things that has nothing to do with your energy. There's soul contracts. Sometimes you need to meet up with someone despite where you're at in your healing journey. There's such thing as black magic, which can actually throw you off your path and have certain individuals come into your life. There's many variables, okay? You create your reality, but sometimes you're burning off ancestral karma that has nothing to do with the energy you're giving off. So there's many truths. And one thing that I found was that, you know, as soon as I surrounded myself by spiritual people, they're all prancing around like, I'm a fairy, love and light, all this bullshit. This life is great. You should be so grateful for it. And I could see through them, although at the time I didn't really trust my intuition that much, but I could just see fakeness everywhere. And what I realized was that, you know, not everyone has had the same path. I came across many individuals that hadn't been through a quarter of the things that I've been through and hadn't even done anywhere near the amount of healing that I'd done. And, you know, these people are preaching love and light, but they're scared of their own shadow. They're scared of their own fart. And it's like, if you're going to run around preaching love and light, well, why don't you take a look at the demon that's sitting on your shoulder? You know, it's easy to be ignorant. It's easy to be blissful in ignorance, right? You're going to run around preaching love and light. You better take a look at your shadows and take a real hard look at yourself in the mirror and take accountability. You know, a lot of people want to say, oh, be grateful for this life. And like I said, not everyone's had the same journey. And these love and light fake fairies that are flying around, you know, when someone who's been through the ringer and has a little bit of anger towards their life path, they get scared because you start to reflect back to them what they haven't healed and haven't taken a look at their own demons, right? And for me, you know, that led to countless amounts of different individuals sending me black magic. You know, people have lost dogs, they've lost pets, they've lost family members. Multiple people have lost their lives. You think that would slow them down, but you know, when you reflect back to someone that they haven't done the healing and that they've got a bunch of demonic attachments that they don't want to admit to, they'll do anything they can to paint you out as the bad guy. And you know, I've had people that have spread so many lies about me for so long that they actually start to believe their own lies. And this is like the number one sign of mental illness. Like if you start believing your own lies, you know, then you got issues, right? And this is something that I've experienced multiple times with different individuals. And you know, if there was an archetype that was labeled dumb, you know, those archetype cards, if there was a dumb archetype, a lot of people that I've met in the spiritual community, you know, every time they pulled a card from the archetypes, it would be dumb. It'd be like, you are dumb. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh, I got the you are dumb card again. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. You are still dumb. You know, I've worked with so many people that have the ability to tap into the Akashic records. I come to them for healing throughout the years, tell them that, you know, I tried to leave in 2014, Archangel Michael appears. If you don't know what the Akashic records are, basically everything we do, everything we say, and everything we even think, because thoughts are energy, are recorded in the Akashic records. And future probabilities are also in there. And these individuals, you know, these individuals were able to look into my Akashic records and indeed see that, you know, I tried to leave this place in 2014 only to have Archangel Michael appear. A lot of these individuals were able to see that my soul is a fractal of Lord Shiva. And what is he known for? So it was like dumb stacked upon dumb. You know, a lot of people that I've met in the spiritual community could have tried out for the Dumb and Dumber movie with Jim Carrey, because, you know, their brain should be studied. You know how they studied Einstein's brain for being a genius? I've come across people that were so dumb that upon death, their brain should be studied. Like, how could someone be so dumb? Like, what is wrong with their brain, kind of thing, right? And, you know, jealousy overtook them, ego overtook them, and, you know, just their unwillingness to look at their own demons and their own shadow caused them to, you know, send me black magic and, you know, even recruit people that I know, just, you know, people that aren't capable of thinking for themselves, and just follow the ringleader around like a mindless puppet to join them in their black magic circles on full moons. You know, I've just come across some of the dumbest people on planet Earth that are in the spiritual community. And, you know, if you feel like a misfit, a spiritual misfit, it's simply because not everyone's path is created the same. A lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people, but there's some people in the spiritual community that have actually been through the ringer, and there's some people that have just been through a little bit, and yet they're still traumatized by that and haven't done the healing. So if you're not accepted into the spiritual community, it's just because you're reflecting back to these love and light fairy prancers that are afraid of their own fart, what they haven't looked at, and this makes you the outcast. You know, there's also a lot of teachings that might not resonate with you. You know, on October 20th, 2020, I was having a shower at my old man's house, and the soul of Jesus came to me, and I started to remember not just past lives, but in between incarnations, being a big angel in a different universe. And I remember looking through clouds. It was like this portal, and we were looking into this universe and onto planet Earth. And, you know, one of the teachings in the spiritual community is that you're the only thinker in this reality, and everyone else is a reflection of you. And when I was looking through this portal, you know, I seen all these souls that were like gray. Planet Earth, here's something that no one, you're not going to hear this on any other channel, but nobody wanted to incarnate on planet Earth. If you're a starseed, Earth angel from some other galaxy or universe, you didn't want to incarnate here. Okay, nobody was told the truth about this place. Nobody knew how bad the energy was. And I actually remember floating through the cosmos, and what a lot of people don't know is that there's actually